What's up, you guys? Sean Ross Sapp, Fightful here. It is May 24th. That means we are a few days away from AEW Double or Nothing. We are here to make our predictions, our picks, and we've got somebody who is actually covering some of the all-in stuff for us years ago on a freelance basis. We got Andrea here. Andrea, how you doing?
Hi, Sean. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you so much.
Well, I'm happy to have you here. We're going to make our predictions, but we're not the only ones that can make predictions. You can make your predictions at WrestleRumble.com for their Double or Nothing Pickum Contest. I played Wrestle Rumble every single pay-per-view. I used to say every single month, but now it's a lot more than every single month. But it's not just who's going to win. It's like how many tables will break during Hangman Page versus CM Punk. Will Jade Cargill versus Anna Jay go over or under 11 minutes? Will Christian enter the ring at any point during the tag team title match? The winner gets $1,000 cash. Multiple people from Fightful have won this. I mean, one of our good friends, Cher Delaware, won multiple title belts over at WrestleRumble.com, in addition to a ton of familiar names. They also have the Hell in a Cell Pick'em contest coming up as well. $1,000 cash to the winner. You can get one entry for $10, 3 for $20, or 5 for $30. Check them out at WrestleRumble.com. We'll tell you a little bit more about them before we go. But Andrea, are you ready to make some predictions?
Oh my God, am I, Sean?
Well, this is a hefty card. This is a hefty card, Andrea. It very much is.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, AEW. Well, I guess this year we're gonna get 5 pay-per-views, right? But
yeah,
we only get 4 a year, so they pack them up.
They do, and we got plenty to talk about. The buy-in: Hookhausen versus Tony Nese and Smart Mark Sterling. I think this is a foregone conclusion that Hook and Danhausen will win, but it might not surprise me to see Nese like crack Danhausen one good time and pin him, and then we have the question like, is there dissension between Hookhausen? But how are you seeing this?
I honestly do think that Tony Nese and Smart Mark Sterling are going to win this, because they're just going to be like gross and mean and dastardly about it. I mean, to me right now, like aside from like the Hook thing, it's just like this is a match you could see at like uncharted territory like a year or 2 ago. And I know what like Mark Sterling is capable of. And so I think as much as, you know, Tony Khan likes to give the people what they want, I think something's going to happen here that will not result in Hookhausen winning. Though I want Hookhausen to win.
Sure.
Look, I got the book. It's right back.
It would make sense, I think, from a story perspective to put that bit of question in our mind. But I have a bit of a question as to why House of Black and Death Triangle is on this show. I love all the parts involved.
Yes.
But when I went to the Minnesota Rampage before Full Gear, there was like nothing. It was so like not happening. And I'm fearful that will be the case this Friday as well, a couple days before the pay-per-view. And I'm like, this could have went on Rampage and taken like 20 minutes and been like this barn burner, and people that were there would have loved it. And I fear what we're going to get is like like when it was Matt Hardy pinning Orange Cassidy on Rampage and it was kind of flat to lead into Full Gear. I think that House of Black will probably end up winning this. I feel like there's more upward trajectory for them, but we are a few years removed from Pac being like one of the first people to be near the top main event scene of AEW. Now he's nowhere near it. I feel like if that doesn't change, he might seek business elsewhere in the future. But House of Black is my pick for this one. Who do you got?
House of Black is my pick for this one. But I do think that there is a point to this, because everybody's been talking about how eventually, potentially soon, there's going to be a trios title in AEW.
And Tony told me whenever Kenny gets back, that's the plan.
That was the original thing, but I don't know. that was, but yes, yeah, when Kenny gets back. But now, like, the Elite is like kind of a different thing. So I don't know if we have to wait for when Kenny gets back to do that. And what is Kenny gets back? I mean, Kenny's back producing, right? So I think this is just sort of like a lead into like what they're going to be trying to do with the trios belts that Tony wants to introduce. And I think that's the point of this. The whole, and based on what you said about Pac, but circling back to that, lots of just unfortunate timing stuff with Pac. You know, injury stuff, visa stuff because of COVID stuff. And like that all just got like stop, start. And, you know, that's like a real bummer. But I think that, I mean, hopefully he doesn't, you know, seek other pastures or go somewhere else, because I think he's well suited for AEW. What they want to do and what they want to do with Death Triangle has just, I think, been kind of cursed. That's the only problem.
And I think that that if they slide him into the main event scene in the future, it'll work. And I had mentioned the trios titles, as had you. They've got so many teams for a trios division. But I think they will wait for the Elite versus Undisputed era. But they've got Best Friends, AFO, Dark Order, Death Triangle, Kingston, Santana, Ortiz. They've got House of Black, Nightmare Family or Nightmare Factory. Yeah. Probably a Nightmare Family combo. They could still do Pinnacle. There's a lot.
Yeah. No, there's a lot. So yeah, I mean, they have the ability to do the trios thing whenever they want to, whether Kenny is around or not. But yes, I think the Elite versus the Undisputed Elite is what they wanted to do. But at this point, given this Death Triangle and House of Black matchup, they might be taking it into a different direction.
Reminder, guys, you can get in your super chats and humper chats to get your question, statement, or prediction read on the air. Head over to humperchats.com. You can leave those ahead of time over there. It's our Streamlabs and PayPal platform. But if you're watching here on youtube.com/Fightful, you can get those in as well via super chat. We have a couple of them. We've got Matthew Makovsky saying, do you think there's an angle for June 26th or Okada? Possibly, but I feel like that might happen a little bit more once Dominion is over. That would make a lot of sense for me there. I haven't looked at their schedule. Let me pull it up. They got some people set for Hollywood, California, but I don't see like the Okadas of the world on that card. It's like Fred Yehai, David Finlay, Jeff Cobb, et cetera, et cetera. And Vin Twinblade says Shaza fears SRS. She does. She absolutely does.
No, SRS fears Shaza.
No,
and
I'll fight
her. Come on.
We're going to find out if Anna Jay fears Jade Cargill. I don't think there's any chance in hell Anna Jay wins this match. This is Jade Cargill. To me, like when people say, who should beat Jade Cargill for the title? I know Greenlight. I get it. My answer to that is TBD. You wait until the right person comes along to beat Jade Cargill, because I think she's too big of a star to just beat right now.
I absolutely agree. I really do like Anna Jay. It was the shoulder injury, was the timing on that couldn't have been worse, because it was like right when everybody was starting to like care about Anna Jay and like really want to see her, and she was making her development and all of that. But against Jade, I don't see it. I don't see it. I would assume that maybe we're getting to like a point where like they can build up the baddies in a certain way that it ends up with Red Velvet. But at the same time, I really think they need to find the right, I agree with you, the right person if Jade's ever going to lose that belt, because she is such a star. It's amazing to me. I'm thoroughly impressed. I'm thoroughly impressed with Jade Cargill.
Yeah, I think that it's got to be undeniable. The right person has to be there.
Yeah.
Hardys versus Young Bucks. I don't think this match is going to be as good as it was five years ago.
And was that Ring of Honor?
Yes.
Yes.
But I think the Hardys are actually going to win here. I think the Hardys are in line for a tag title win and a nostalgia run. Then I think they'll go into the deletion stuff and all that down the line. Go ahead.
I agree with all of that. 100%.
All right. Let me hear it. Tell me what you think.
I think the Hardys are going to win because it needs to happen. Like, the Young Bucks don't need any rub. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're the Young Bucks. They are kind of the identity in a sense of AEW. Like they're in the core nucleus. And sorry, I'm trying to figure out. This is a new camera.
That's okay.
So they're, the Young Bucks are always going to be the elite, and
Sure.
there's going to be this whole storyline with the elite and the undisputed elite. Like, that's going to continue. So you might as well have the Hardys go over here, right? And I do think that is a good segue into the Hardys being number one tag title contenders, because this tag title match kind of confuses me. And also, Jurassic Express being the champions still is kind of confusing to me. Because
so let's talk about that. That's Jurassic Express, Keith Lee and Swerve, and then Team Taz. I think this is the place where Jurassic Express lose the titles. It makes an awful lot of sense. I honestly, I feel like Jungle Boy has kind of outgrown Luchasaurus in his role as well.
Agreed.
And like Jungle Boy is doing really well on promos and stuff like that. And I feel like he's sort of left Luchasaurus in the dust a bit, and I'm excited for Jungle Boy Christian. I don't know about Keith Lee and Swerve. It seems a bit abrupt to put the titles on them like pretty quickly, but they've worked so well as a team. I think that'd be great.
Yeah,
it's just there's such a log jam of teams. I could also see Team Taz, Ricky Starks and Powerhouse Hobbs winning and then losing those titles to the Hardy Boys in quick fashion, like in a couple weeks even.
Yes. Yeah, on some special edition of Dynamite. I could see that. I could really see that. Because I think that is the ultimate goal, is to give the Hardys that, nostalgia title run. I do think that's the goal. And let's see how they handle it. But it's the Hardys, so I think that's where it is going. But I do think that the entire tag title run for Jurassic Express has been really underwhelming for a company that is so tag team centric, right? And they really put an importance on that. They really haven't with Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus. I don't feel it, or at least maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just something like I'm not feeling. But like in my opinion, I don't think that they've really put the emphasis on them.
They haven't.
As you'd think for a company that really does focus on tag team wrestling.
Tom LaValle says, could Jade jump the TBS and get the world title? No, I think the TBS title is her title. Yes. I think to her, it is the world title. Hugh Janus says, most New Japan heavyweights are free at the moment with Super Juniors on at the moment. To me, it'd be a bigger surprise if a big name didn't show up. Yeah, that's fair. The Super Juniors are going right now, and they could also, a lot of the protocols are relaxed in Japan now. So I think it is more of a possibility, but I don't know what's possible with Anarchy in the Arena. We got the Jericho Appreciation Society against Blackpool Combat Club, Eddie Kingston, Santana, and Ortiz. I don't even know what the rules are here.
No.
I have no idea.
I think it's really funny that Moxley was like, I don't want to do a stadium stampede. And it's just like, y'all ain't at Jaguar Stadium. Like, you're not at TIA Bank anyway. You can't really do a stadium stampede. This isn't.
He was like, I'm not doing that shit. I loved it.
But it's a great promo. It's wonderful. But like, it is true. Like, you really can't even do it. I don't know what's going on here either. But I feel like the centerpiece of this is not the Blackpool Combat Club, and it's not Chris Jericho. It's Eddie Kingston. Something about this is Eddie Kingston. This is an Eddie Kingston little hurricane that's being developed here. I don't know. There's something about everything I've seen here. The fact that nobody can shut up about Eddie Kingston, like during this whole kind of build.
Yeah.
I feel like there's something going on here with Eddie Kingston.
What do you mean by that? Like, you think we're going to see like a turn or something?
A turn, a push, which I don't even know how you push Eddie Kingston more, to be quite honest. I mean, you can, but there's something. He's the pivot point in this whole thing between both of these factions, of which one isn't really like a faction. There's just like 3 people and then 3 other people.
I could very well see Jericho Appreciation Society winning because they sort of, I mean, but they've been beating up Santana and Ortiz for weeks. So maybe this is their comeuppance, but also I could see Daddy Magic taking the pin and like getting all the heat for that. Oh, I think that would be really good stuff too.
I also think it's really funny, like how it's just so stop and start again, but with Santana and Ortiz, it's just like, come on. Like,
yeah,
I mean, these guys who could be tag champions in AEW, no problem, no question.
And should have been. I think they should have been.
You don't even have to have that much of a story there. It's just like they beat you up.
Yeah, they're one of the best teams in the world. Like, I'm completely with you. I think they should have been by now.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think they're one of the greatest tag teams of this era.
Yeah.
Honestly, like straight up.
We had the men's and women's Owen Hart tournament finals. The women's both TBD, and then the men's Adam Cole versus TBD. I could see Adam Cole winning that tournament. I could see Samoa Joe maybe emerging and winning that tournament, but he's already got the ROH title. I think it would be kind of cool if, who do we got left? We got Britt and Tony Storm on Dynamite, Ruby Soho and Statlander. Tony could win it, but I think Britt and Adam Cole both winning the Owen Hart tournament could be a really good talking point as well. But Tony Storm, I do think needs that thing. Like there are a lot of women that come into AEW and people in general, and they become like always a bridesmaid, never the bride type of thing.
Yeah.
And I think one of those people, like a Ruby Soho or a Tony Storm or even a Chris Statlander, should be that as opposed to Britt Baker. You can put Britt Baker in a main event spot no matter what.
You can put Britt Baker in any match, and she's Britt Baker. I mean, she's a star. I think it would be really fun to see Tony Storm versus Chris Statlander. Like,
sure.
I'm a very like biased Chris Statlander fan, so I like to see whenever she can like get that push with AEW or anywhere that she would be or any match that she has. So I'm a big Statlander fan, and I mean they had huge. I'm pretty sure they had very big plans for her until, and then she had the ACL injury, and then everything had to be reworked. So let's just run it back and like let's do this with Chris Statlander. Let's do this.
She's been so good since she came back too. Like she has been so incredibly good, aggressive. Her work has gotten really impressive as well. Like I prefer her much better since she's returned, honestly.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, I think she's always been extraordinarily talented. Just inherently athletic, inherently talented, but coming back, she's like, she's better than ever. I agree.
Reminder, guys, get in your super chats and your humper chats. You can also get your picks in at WrestleRumble.com for Double or Nothing, the Pickum Contest. I play this for every pay-per-view. We've got $1,000 cash going to the winner. Follow them at WrestleRumble on Twitter, on Instagram. It would mean an awful lot. But yeah, I think that you all will really enjoy this game. It's a lot more than just predicting things. It's predicting how things will happen and where things will happen. You guys will dig it. Check it out, WrestleRumble.com. And don't forget, we've got a post show, myself and Julie Cutler, right after AEW Double or Nothing. It'll be the first post-show, AEW post-show I've been on in over a year. So enjoy that, my friends.
Thumbs up.
Yeah, leave a thumbs up on this video too, by the way. I didn't tell any of you that, but we've got MJF and Wardlow. There ain't no chance that MJF wins this. It's got to be Wardlow. And I think he's got to come out to War Pigs by Ozzy Osbourne or Black Sabbath or whatever the hell band it is.
You think he's really good? I think what's going to happen is obviously Wardlow is going to beat Shawn Spears on Wednesday in the cage match to make this match happen. This match is happening. I think that MJF is going to win. I don't know how he's going to do it, but I think that this is going to be like a TK shows up and it's just like, no, Wardlow's under contract to me now. And then he's going to be like, here's 5 trials of MJF and you just got to face Wardlow in various matches for the next 5 weeks and get your ass kicked. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like MJF is going to technically win that match, but he's not going to come out the winner.
We've got somebody saying Wardlow should come out to no music and exits to War Pigs. No, I think he should come out and MJF should demand that he not have music. Then he does. Then he breaks the handcuffs that he's in when he walks. Oh my God.
I mean, what better visual is a giant, strong wrestler breaking?
And he keeps them on and beats MJF's ass. I kind of think this should be a squash. I think it should be
a squash. It should be what's longer than what's longer than a Powerbomb symphony? What's longer than a symphony? Longer than that.
There you go.
8, 10, 12, 15 Powerbombs.
Over and over again. I mean, this should be it. MJF doesn't got to bump a lot. He's had 4 matches this year. He can take it.
He doesn't bump a lot. That's true.
And one of those matches was a 45-second DQ. The other one was a 4-minute count out. It's just whenever he has those big matches, he went 28 minutes with Punk and 40 minutes with Punk. So
yeah,
I think that'd be great.
Regardless of how that match ends up, whoever wins, MJF is going to remain in trouble.
Sure.
Storyline trouble.
Thunder Rosa, Serena Deeb. I am so stoked for this match. I can't wait to see it. I think the buildup has been real bad. The promos have been real bad.
Yeah.
But I am excited to watch these 2 women beat the living shit out of each other.
They're good.
Serena Deeb, excellence of execution, modern day, in my opinion. She is like a female Bret Hart. Thunder Rosa lays her shit in, and I can't wait to see how this unfolds. I got Thunder Rosa winning this, but Serena Deeb is one of those people that a lot of people said should have won the Owen if she was in it, but she's not. She's getting that title shot at Double or Nothing.
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree that Thunder Rosa, I do think that she's going to retain, but this is going to be a banger of a match, and I don't think that this is going to be some sort of thing where then Serena Deeb is down the card super far. I think she's always going to be in the mix for the title, and it's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
It's just when that happens. And I also do agree that the build and the promos for this have been subpar. Not.
Yeah, it's not worked for me, and that's unfortunate. But I'm still excited for the match. We've seen it once before, and I thought it was good. I think I saw it at maybe last year's Double or Nothing. I can't remember when the hell they face each other.
I can't keep track of anything. Time is just the flat circle.
There are a lot of, I used to have this cataloged knowledge of when matches happened.
Oh, same.
And now I just don't. Oh, it was AEW Dynamite for the NWA World Title, and then they did do it at Daly's Place in 2020. Okay. But yeah, I'm excited for this one, but I'm very excited for Hangman Page versus CM Punk. We dropped our interview with Hangman Page. I did this interview 3 months ago, but we talked about nothing topical whatsoever. Good. Not a thing topical.
Good.
It was about him being cold. Yeah, it was about him being cold and his nipples being hard and Lil Nas X and stuff like that. Check out that interview. He's a blast. If you've never like seen one of his interviews like that, they are just wonderful. They're a lot of fun to watch. He's a very, very funny person, and a lot of people catch that from his Twitter.
Yeah.
But he also talks about not liking superhero movies. My camera malfunctioned. He claimed that he taught cameras and music. He said he wrote his own theme music in middle school. He did not. He is lying. But I have no idea who's going to win. It could be Hangman, who Tony Khan says has his favorite reign as world champion, or CM Punk, the guy they're paying a lot of money to, the guy that got him a lot of buzz, guy that sold out the United Center on a rumor.
Yeah.
How do you see it going?
That was, by the way, just an incredible moment. Being at the United Center for that, I was like up in the nosebleeds. I didn't care. It was like my first thing I did when the pandemic sort of eased up a little.
Yeah.
That pop was insane. It was crazy to be there. It was like so cool. I have no idea.
Okay.
I in my gut, I think it's Hangman. I think Hangman retains, but like at the same time, it's like, what is the point of CM Punk? Because CM Punk is not sitting there like, you know, when Cody was like, I am never gonna challenge for this title, and I'm an important person in this company. Like, it's CM Punk. So at some point, you would figure that he's going to be champion, right?
Yeah. You would think
Maybe
so.
on Sunday.
That's the story.
So
That's
hard
the
to
story that I
tell.
think is there.
Because I think there's also a lot of like waiting game stuff. In terms of like, I know like the trios is a waiting game on Kenny Omega, but I think that there's maybe some sort of Omega Hangman confrontation that needs to again have like to round that out. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I think this match is going to be very good. It's going to have a lot of kudos.
I think this match is going to kill it. I think for once there is a main event world title match that I think is going to be my favorite match on the show. I don't know if it'll be the most exciting because there's a lot of exciting shit on this show.
Yes.
But guys, join us Sunday night for the AEW Double or Nothing post show. Myself and Julie Cutler will be here probably hour and a half, 2 hours. But if you're like, oh no, we might miss the scrum, we're going to be getting fed information straight from that post-show scrum. We'll be telling you what said, the pertinent information there. So you're not going to miss out on any news by tuning into our show. But Andrea, tell the people where they can find you, where they can follow you, where they can support you.
You can follow me on Twitter at @fball_Andrea. That's FBALL_Andrea. I contribute to Pro Wrestling Illustrated, the GOAT of all wrestling magazines. Upcoming in June is the return of the Supercards issue, and I covered Joey Janela's Spring Break 6.
Nice.
I think somebody got their ass kicked.
Yeah, that was really sad to see Buff Bagwell get his ass kicked.
Oh yeah. It was really sad, Sean.
Really tough. Couldn't be me, but it
sad. It was
couldn't
really
be
sad
me.
to see like Denise save you from getting your like shoulders ripped off by Hammerstone, but cool.
It was Josh Barnett, but
sorry.
Josh Barnett looked me dead in the eye, and under his breath he went, "I respect you. I'm not gonna fight you. I respect you."
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did. It's absolutely what happened. Guys, thank you all so much. Thank you to Andrea. Go give her a follow.
And he's taller than me. I
am taller than her by far.
I met him.
I tower over her.
Tower. He's like
tower.
What Danhausen is like 6'7" and 300 pounds. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Sean Ross Sapp is like 7'7" and 110 pounds. It's very weird.
Guys, thank you all so much. Until next time, we're out.